Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Refined Royalty. My name is Rebecca Lasos, and I am here to share some encouragement. I just finished my first 5K ever. I actually went beyond because I didn't know where we were supposed to stop, and I definitely was not in the front, but at that time I was not in the back yet. I was pretty close. But I also needed water, and I believe this was also a spiritual thing. I needed water, and to get the water, I had to go a half mile further, right? So that there and back's already an extra mile, which I think I went, according to my steps, I went over 5 miles instead of 3.1, I believe is what a 5K is. And so, what is amazing is I finished absolutely last. And I remember saying, Lord, I would love to be first. And then I thought, no, I don't want to be first because the first is last. So let me be second. No, I was the very last. And what is so amazing is yesterday I was under sedation. Yesterday I had injections into my joints in my back because of the injuries that I have. I have never been able to run more than a half mile at a time without stopping. And I jogged, sometimes fast, sometimes slow, but I remained at a jog for almost the entirety. And when I say almost the entirety, like really almost the entirety. And I want to share how this came about. And I have not been like completely open about my struggles, and I'm not going to be, because not everybody's heart is pure with that, right? I'm talking about to everyone. I have people I confide in, but I have been open with the fact that I have been struggling very bad for since my dad died, and since there's been a lot of stuff going on in my life with my family and things like that, and because I never ever want to be somebody who tries to have a facade of arriving, right? And so it's just amazing because on Wednesday night around midnight, it just was dropped in my spirit to look for a 5K. I was going to do a 5K last year. Uh, Around this, it was in the month of March, but my dad was in the hospital in Austin, so I didn't do it. And so on Wednesday night at midnight, I look for a 5K and I find one right here in San Antonio that is free, which is hard to find a free 5K. And so I signed up. I had like one day left for sign up. I signed up, and and the Lord, as soon as I signed up, the Lord gave me a word, which I'm going to share later. And while it is a personal word, it reveals the heart of the Father. And that is what I'm consumed with, is for people to really know who he is, to really hear his voice, the filter in which he speaks through, which is purity, which is perfection. And he does not have to beat his people into submission. He heals us, he restores us, and he speaks truth to us that can cut. But he can speak the truth in a whisper. He never goes over after our identity. He never condemns us. He never cuts us to hurt us. And the truth cuts on its own. He can whisper it and say it in the most loving way, and it's going to do what it was sent to do. And so that is what I'm consumed with, is for people not just to hear about the testimony, but to hear the heart of the Father, the way that he has talked to me in good times and in bad times. Because I tell you, I have been more encouraged in the valley than I ever was on a mountaintop. And it was in that mountaintop, those mountaintop experience, where it is very easy to become self-righteous. It is very easy to look down at other people. It's very easy to give them strategies and say, just do this, decree this, 1, 2, 3, ABC, and all of these things, and to not know what it's like to sit with someone who is suffering, and to be able to be that encouragement, to be able to speak life. And what I found was that even when I was falling, it would be God himself who would say, you're going to get up again. Don't believe the lie that I'm done with you. I know what I placed in you. You will rise again. And I'm telling you, if a lot of people would have not ever spoke to me like that. Thankfully, God has given me trusted people that I was able to share things with. And he told me certain people I thought I could trust to never share something with them. And thank God I didn't, because later it was revealed, right? But I wanted to share this because when God gave me this word, then it just, it lined up. And I don't think I already said this, but a couple weeks ago I had a vision. It was at the beginning of February, actually. And I was sitting on a track, a running track, and my legs were folded and I refused to move. I was refusing to move. I was refusing to move forward. I was refusing to cross over. And even though my mouth was saying, God, I'm ready. I'm ready. I was refusing. I was refusing to leave the past season behind, the hurts, the betrayals, the relationships that I lost that mean everything to me. And I didn't want to go forward. I said I did, but I didn't. And in this vision, God was, or Jesus was pushing me over. And so today, to be here where there's it was more like a path. It wasn't a track, right? But I was running, and a lot of the time I was alone, and I was running with God. And let me tell you, at times I felt no pain, but at times my sciatic was burning, my leg was burning, my hip was hurting, but I was able to maintain a jog. And on Wednesday, God told me in the Word, He said, "Watch what I do. I'm going to lift you up. Like, I'm going to lift you up. I'm going to carry you." And so it was so beautiful. And then when I got here, there was a man, and we just started talking, and we were talking, he's like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna walk and this and that." And um and he said, "The last shall be first." And I was literally the very last person. I was the person they were asking, "Are there any more joggers?" I'm like, "No, it's just me." and and but it's interesting too, because although I was the last, I also went the furthest. I went further. I went further, and it's not a competition, but I realized that I appeared to be the last one, but I also went the furthest. And I went over like 2 miles more than I was supposed to. And then also, when I was walking to my car, when I was done, a van was pulling off, and it said forward. And that is one of the words God has been just highlighting to me, is forward, movement, and preservation, and how He has preserved me. There are so many things, even when we're falling, that never touch us, that we never learn about, because God protected us. And even when He lets us venture out so far, He will not allow certain things. He will not allow certain things to come to us, and He will not allow us to accomplish certain things that we may be trying to. And so I just wanted to share these things. There's so much. This has been such a hard season, but last night I was like, God, I choose to move forward. I move forward. There's people in my family I have been reaching out to for like 3 years, and I've never received a response. Not on happy birthdays, Merry Christmases, nothing. And some of my family may watch this, and y'all have no idea what y'all think y'all know about. But I'm ready to release all of that to the Lord, and to move forward, and to trust Him to do whatever He wants to do with it. But I know that I can't keep holding it, that I have to let it go, so that I can walk into what He has for me, because I know it's good. He promises it's good. And it's only been holding me back. My dad dying was like very hard, but it is only a piece of what has been breaking me. But I have to let it go, and I have made a point that I'm going to go back to releasing gratitude for what I do have, for who I do have. Although the people I want around me, they're not around me. Some don't come around, but some, it takes me a long time to recover from being around them. So God's like, stop going around them. And to move into what He has for me and what He's prepared for me, because the answer is not staying where I am, whether physically, locationally, or spiritually, emotionally. I have to move forward. I have to. And so anyways, I wanted to share this. I am going to come on, and I got to get to my house and my iPad and share the words the Lord gave me. And again, this is not this. I want people to hear, because I know there's a lot of people that try to beat people into submission. God does not do that. He allows correction. He allows certain consequences to come to correct us and things like that. But He does not beat us. He is not our taskmaster. He is our Father. And more than anything, I want His heart revealed. I want you to hear how He has talked to me in the darkest of days. And I want you to receive that fatherly voice for yourself. And that is all I have right now. But I finished. I crossed over. I know this race. Jesus. was so much more than me crossing over a physical finish line. Because on, I believe it was February 8th, I was refusing to even stand and to run. I was refusing to stand at all. I just was so beaten down. But today, I crossed over and I experienced him. And then a song started playing I had never heard on my AirPods from Spotify, and it's called Trust Him. And I'm gonna leave it in the comments. But it ministered to me so much. I put it on repeat. I listened to it basically the whole time once it came on, and so I just want to share that with y'all. God bless you, and just I continue praying for everyone who has been in a difficult place, and I thank y'all for those who pray for me as well. God bless y'all. I will talk to you in a little while. Bye.